The biggest struggles we face coming to events are, one, we have a big homestead that we're running that needs someone day to day. Nobody knows the farm like we do. So it's a big sacrifice to come and be away and to prep or train somebody to take over. And anybody who has kids knows too, it's also hard to disrupt that. It's not just like, oh, I'll go and everybody stay home. That's just not how we work as a family. We like and count on each other for just every day thriving and surviving. And third, yes, sure, it's a business opportunity, but it also takes away from business. So I make movies, inspirational movies about homestead, about growing your own food. So if I'm traveling or want to need a setup day to transition into the event and then a setup day out and then back, that's 4 or 5 days gone that I'm not at my desk or I'm not at my farm to make an interesting movie about that.
A lot of the reason we're extra is because I want to feel good, even when I'm not at home. So that means I can't eat out. I bring my own water, I bring my own pillow, when we travel, generally we bring all our own food. Sometimes it's prepared food, sometimes it's just ingredients and we have to prepare it. Now we started bringing like all our kitchen equipment. So it's just a struggle of like keeping it organized. Most people who travel will just like pack their clothes. I pack like half my house. Which I realize is extra.
We're going to Rory Feek's Homestead Fest. That is a /music fest /homestead fest.
A thing like this is a battery recharge. It's a recharge of your spirit to understand, there are a lot of people here who haven't, drunk the Kool-Aid.
Being at an event like this marries the best of homesteading. It's the inspirational part, and even someone who's been a homesteader for a number of years, I still need to be inspired.
Coming to this event is more of like, I guess it's like a little break for us, and also I feel like it's a celebration for like everybody.
So it's really important for me to be here because there's so many people here who have made it to a place that I'm not at yet, who has information that I don't have yet, and I need that information. Like, I need those tools and those resources in order to grow.
Just to get the information that in person and like meet the people, like she said, behind the channels.
This is going to be extra special. It would appeal to somebody even if they don't homestead. Kevin Costner, the actor, is going to be there, and that's going to attract a big crowd, and folks are going to come in, enjoy the music, and why not go hear the homestead talk and maybe start growing a little bit of your own food.
I really wasn't interested in doing another music festival, have a bunch of bands out here playing. It didn't mean anything to me. Even if you could have a bunch of people in a field. A bunch of people in a field listening doesn't appeal to me. A bunch of people in a field learning, that really spoke to me.
A lot of times I'll be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done with putting my life on the internet. Sometimes I just don't want to do it anymore. But then I remember the people who come through our line and meet us and they tell us like what we've helped them in and how we've inspired them. And then I'm like, okay, maybe we should keep doing this because we've helped people. And isn't that the best thing to do in the world is to help people,
I need a lot to get me off the farm. And sure, we get paid for these events. Is it as much as maybe we would make if we just stayed at home? Probably not. But tonight we're going to go to a networking party. What do you call those? Mixer. You could call it a mixer. And so I'm going to be there with the other speakers. I'm going to be there, rub shoulders again with Joel Salatin. Maybe Temple Grandin will be there. I've never met her. Pork Rind, continue building that relationship with him. Melissa Norris. Rory himself. So just deepening that relationship because I'm old enough now to know, sure, I can be good at internet marketing and content creation, but I know long term what's going to really get me there into a level of above success and into significance is the relationships I'm going to be able to build and the partnerships I'm going to be able to create.
I didn't know he worked with HOA.
Okay, cool.
But now we know.
We got a milk house. We didn't have to buy chicken feed.
Oh, sweet.
Because farm economy.
I'm going more for grass.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the audience. So I'm making movies every day. I'm talking to a camera. I'm like a child with an imaginary friend. So going to these events helps me grow up, helps me mature in what I'm saying, because I no longer have an imaginary friend. This camera, this lens, this is somebody who has desires, pains, struggles, family issues, and now I get to meet them. Now I make better movies than ever. So I might be stepping away, pound for pound, stepping away from some potential income there and making a trade. But in the long run, because I'm making these network connections and because I'm meeting and connecting with the audience, it's like taking a day of rest. You take a rest so that you can be energized and do better.
There you go.
There's a cat orange juice.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh my goodness, I love a little boy. Oh.
Can we take off your clothes so you don't destroy them?
Yeah. Do you have a bib?
I don't. I didn't bring one. I need to start using the bib now that he's eating. And he wants to eat on his own. You want to eat strawberries? Who is that? Who is that? Let's take off your clothes.
You want pieces or
Yeah,
whole?
give me
They don't work. You like that? I have a hard time going.
Now you do you. Good boy. Yay! Good job.
This is how I prepare for a talk. I feel like I've been preparing 15 years for this talk because I've been putting in the work. So the talk's done. I just have to structure it. So really, I do an outline. I did off the first chapter of my book. If I can Homestead, you can too. I go in and I write an outline, and then I write it again. And as I'm writing the outline again, I think of maybe better stories to tell for each point.
Okay, you said yesterday in the car, you were like, say the question, say the answer, and then tell our experience.
Yeah.
But see, like, what are some of the top reasons? Like, my reasons are different than other people's. So what are the top reasons?
Just name as many as you can think of, and you have. Well, and maybe it's just your experience there.
Okay.
There are many reasons to do this, and everybody's is different, but
Okay.
our reason is we like to be together. And then that might jog your memory, and you might say, oh, okay, well, you might not be happy with the school system.
Right.
Or you might want them to get a different kind of education than what's other available.
Right. Okay, so I looked up socialization, and this is this is the definitions: the activity of mixing socially with others. So that's what we always think
when they ask, "What about socialization?"
I don't think it is, because then the second one is the process of learning to behave in a way that is acceptable to society.
I know.
And it's
so
like,
maybe
wait a minute.
maybe you address the
to.
socialization question as we know it, and then say, hey, and by the way, did you know what socialization really means?
Yeah.
And you can talk about, well, that's one reason we want to get out, because we don't necessarily want to conform.
Yeah.
How are you feeling today? How's your health?
Actually, I feel I have good days and bad days. Thank God today is a good day. I had a good day yesterday, and I'm feeling good today. My feet aren't that bad. My back's a little tweaked. The bed was super soft.
Yeah,
See, that's one thing about traveling. The bed was super soft. I knew laying down in it, I'm gonna be stiffer tomorrow. But I am feeling good, energized. I do have better energy till about 10:30 in the morning, and then it's kind of like, okay, I'm just running through the gears here. I'm just running through the motions. Like riding a bike, you don't forget how to do it. That's the same way with vlogging, but I think here there's an energy that keeps me fueled or distracted. Maybe it's adrenaline, because tonight I'll be hashing through everything I said to people in line, everything I said to associates, everything I said on stage, and I'll be hashing it out and thinking, oh, you shouldn't have said that, or you should have said this. So I'll have this adrenaline rush, and then I'll have this, I wouldn't dare say PTSD moment, but it's kind of like, what is that, Rebecca? Like, I'm so hyped and wound up.
It's adrenaline.
At the end, it's hard. You don't just crash. I don't.
Yeah, you're still having all that adrenaline pump through you.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so.
Yeah. I have concerns going into this event because it might surprise people to know that I'm actually introverted. I'm not extroverted. I do better in front of a camera or on stage even. I don't know. Maybe it's because the camera doesn't talk back. I don't know. I would be nervous that somebody would be disappointed after meeting me. Even sometimes, as hard as I try, especially on the Grady Market Farm Tour, I must have gotten better at it. But I would be myself, and people would say, "Are you tired? You look tired." And I'm thinking to myself, that's the worst. That's the worst. Is somebody that would not that they're being rude, but to them to think I'm tired. I was just kind of being myself right there. I'm afraid some people will get the wrong impression that maybe I hate them or don't like them, or I don't like standing here in line. They'll say, "You must be tired. This must get old." It never gets old that somebody come and say, "You've made a difference in my life. You've changed my life. We're homesteading because of you."
I'm anxious about my talk because I'm speaking, and it just feels like a different crowd. Justin and I have primarily done like homesteading events. You know, this year we did do like the big ag event with Kubota, and so that was like kind of out of our wheelhouse. But other than that, I'm not too nervous.
So right now, I'm going through a time of, well, where do we go? I'm always thinking about where do we go, what's next? What got me here is not what's going to get me there. So I always feel like I have to be changing. And I'm in this, how do we vlog? Do we vlog? How much do we vlog? Do we do educational? Do we involve the kids more in our shows and this and that? And so perhaps this will help clarify. And you never know that moment. You never know until you're up on the stage telling this amazing story of this and this happened. Well, something could happen this weekend that 10 years from now, I'm saying, oh, and this happened, and that was the catalyst that got me here, that got me here, that got me here, and now here I am. You know, I don't know what that is. So I just know that this will present many opportunities like that.
Well, I've never heard Temple Grandin talk, so I'm super excited about that. Just the fact that I get to like see her in action and like hear what she has to say. I'm excited about that. But I'm also really excited about the vendors. I'm excited to just like walk up and down and just kind of see who they are.
Folks come to these events that I'm at, for many times just to meet Rebecca and I, and they'll come through the line and they're like shaking and nervous. And Rebecca and I don't get it because we know we're totally normal and we want to be like, I'm normal. I just went pee in the porta-john. I just fussed at my kids 2 hours ago. I'm a normal person. But I get it because if I got to meet Kevin Costner, I'd be shaken too and wouldn't know what to say, and maybe I should have thought about that. I mean, if he's gonna have a meetup, and I'm gonna be in the line with everybody else. You get nervous doing this, Jess?
Oh yeah.
Lucky me, I get to go first to get it over with.
Just you
and
just
then relax.
pave the way.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You have to sit anxious through lunch.
Yeah,
You won't be able to eat nothing.
No, I won't.
Well, I called Jeremiah on the way here. I said, I'm so anxious. He said, what do you think is going to happen?
I know,
he said,
right?
The worst thing could happen is like pee your pants on stage.
They're going to throw store-bought tomatoes at you?
That would happen. That would be the worst thing that could happen. Be a new level of
Throw disappointment onto the stage.
You guys doing all right this morning? Okay, good. You excited? All right. I'm going to be that annoying guy that's going to make everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Yes, I'm that annoying speaker. Stay standing if you are growing something. It could even be chidlers. So you guys are all growing something. Okay. Stay standing up if you have chickens. Sit down if you don't have chickens. I'm getting to know you guys. Okay, have a seat if you're, or stay standing if you're growing something fuzzy, hairy, mammal.
Oh, it went good. I thought it went good. I was feeling it, man. I only lost my spot 2 or 3 times. But people were forgiving. Yeah. Did you say it was worth being nervous? No, it's never worth it being nervous. You always feel okay at the end, like you delivered and like you were a servant. And I felt like I delivered good content. So I'm pretty happy.
I'm feeling nervous. Like I was fine until we walked in here and all these people are here.
You guys excited? You know who I am? Justin Rhodes? Well, there would be no Justin Rhodes without Rebecca Rhodes. Give it up. All right.
All right, well, today I'm going to talk about homeschooling on the homestead. Is that what everybody's here for? Okay, good.
I was super nervous before I talked, and then I got up there and I was just so anxious. I held the microphone like death grip, like in this, like I didn't move it. And then right before the Q&A, I was like, oh, my arm hurts so bad. And so then even trying to like get the grip of the microphone off, like to give it to the other hand was like hard because my hand was like so tense around it. I was like, oh my goodness. So I'm like, did I give value to people? Yeah. So I think that I did okay. Justin says that.
I thought you did great. You're getting better and better at this. I took a picture.
I
was so proud of you.
I
took a picture, and it seemed like everybody was engaged and enjoying. What I think they really liked. You said you were saying this one thing. I don't even think if you were trying to joke, but you were just so, when you talked about socialization, you were just so real and raw, and just to the point. That's why I think people love you and loved it, because you're just that's who you are.
Yeah, I was standing up there thinking, why do people ask me to do this? Like, I don't know if I'm helping at all. I think that's my biggest thing, is that I don't want to get up there and just say something that people already know.
I was, of course, nervous that I might disappoint somebody as they meet me personally, but going through the line yesterday, not one person said, are you tired? Or you must be tired. So that's my sign of, okay, Justin, you were smiling, you were open, you were open with these, and they weren't disappointed in any way. So if that's any kind of measure, I did pretty good.
I wanted to see if Justin was exactly how he was on screen, and he lived up to that.
He is, yeah.
Authentic. Yeah.
I thought he was going to be taller.
What about personality?
They're wonderful. So he's super kind and encouraging. Rebecca's super down to earth and friendly, and it was just nice to see them in person and their smiles, and it's just really nice to meet people in person.
We were really thankful for him and so friendly. It's just a great all-around family. So.
Oh, it was fabulous. He's a normal guy.
It was great.
I loved his speech also when he was talking, so it was great.
People would come through the line and they would say, oh, thank you for your show. I appreciate it. We get this and this out of it. And I would say to them, well, what do you like about the show? And one thing that was interesting to me, out of 10 people, this is what I got. 8 of them said, oh, we really like the family. We like watching the kids. We like watching you guys interact. 2 of them said, I can really identify with the health journey. I'm going through something similar, blah, blah, blah. 1 said, I really enjoy seeing all the systems, all the different ways of doing things. And so for me, oftentimes, perhaps, I think about what's our project today? And I make movies around that project. And so coming away from this, it's like, that's okay. I think that is good. I think that I don't go make movies just about the family, because I think if the family's not doing something productive together, then we're aimless. So I think it's good that we have an aim and a mission, and people can relate to that whether they're growing food or not. I like making movies about family. This is a perfect situation for me to go back and try to take that feedback. And still, I think ultimately what I figured out is people are coming for the chickens, but they stay for the family. It may be what attracts people in the first place, because they might not, well, they wouldn't know who I am. But then they're like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is a lifestyle. Oh, this is a story. Today, I'm speaking on The Root of Life, cultivating health and wellness by growing your own food.
And I'm so thankful that Justin is here. He brought his whole family with him. He's a wonderful guy. I knew he was talented. I knew he was gifted at speaking, at making video, at marketing, at sharing, and I knew he loved people. But I didn't know what kind of guy he was until about a year ago I started getting to spend some good time with him. And he's really, really a good man, making good decisions for his family, and I'm really proud of him. And I'm really happy he's here today. Y'all welcome Justin Rose. Thank you so much.
Man, you guys are excited. I want to know, we got some crazy chicken ladies in the house? Okay, we're going to find out.
We crashed yesterday at 3, just totally ran out of gas. To prevent that from happening tonight, which is going to be a late night, well, we're just pacing ourselves and we're not showing up. We're not showing up till, well, I'm going to do a podcast with somebody at 1:30, then my talk's at 3, and then we're going to meet people, so that'll be like 4. Although we would maybe want to go and hang out, look at the booths, listen to some talks, we have to say, don't do that. Rest, get energized, get charged up, so that you can go strong and deliver a good speech, talk with folks, and then enjoy ourselves at a concert. Hey, Teddy. Kevin Costner is here. I'm listening to him on the Tim Ferriss podcast. He talked about Dances with Wolves, and he said that's a journey story. He said it's not so much of a plot story. And so you didn't really know what the character wanted. You didn't know where the character was going. But he said people were happy to go along the ride. And so apparently that's a journey structure. I've been stuck inside the plot structure. And that's maybe why I'm stuck on, oh, we got to have a project. And that's what the character wants. Where vlogging actually is more of a, naturally, a journey. And hopefully people are going to be happy to go along for that journey if it's interesting. So I can relax in that, not necessarily thinking, oh, I've got to have this plot. I've got to have this goal. I've got to have this, these obstacles. I got to have this, what happens if we don't get it? Where's my guide, you know? No, I can go on this journey and folks find interest in the different interesting things we do in a day, but also the change. This week's mission? Go to Homestead Fest and support and build friendships with Rory Feek, deliver 2 speeches, join my team in our first ever booth, and mingle with other content creators and get to know our fans. Oh, and maybe meet Kevin Costner. We remained true to ourselves. I kept my eyes and ears open for lessons and opportunity and walked away a much richer man. Life rarely turns out the way you expect. This time, it turned out better.